What's up, guys? Anton here, and in today's episode of Dropship Weekly, we are going to be talking about the top 10 niches for 2018. But I did want to make this introduction because before I give you these top 10 niches for dropshipping, I do think it's important to have a few little, disclaimers maybe, okay? First off, I don't think anyone could just say, hey, here's the top 10 niches with having in mind the fact, thinking like you're actually going to use one of them and then be so successful because you found the right product, right? Listen, I see this time and time again, and admittedly, I use this title, like this video, Top 10 Niches of 2018. I have free reports like the top 187 niches. I've done webinars about top niches, but the main thing that I want you to get out of this is not, I'm going to watch this video from Anton, I'm going to find, one and pick it, and because of that, I'm going to be massively successful. I'm going to build my own business. It's going to just be a total winner because I have that right product type. Because listen, at the end of the day, that's not how this works. And of course, there are certain types of products that will make it easier for you to be successful, but it doesn't mean that just by picking one, everything's going to work. The way I like to explain this and the way I think about this is product selection or niche selection for dropshipping, whatever you want to call it, is really the foundation for everything, right? So on that foundation, you could build, and you build things like a website, like supplier relationships, like traffic sources, like customer support, like upsells, like downsells. So just having an idea is, I don't want to say it's nothing because it's not, but it's the very, very starting point. And again, just because you have a list from me or someone else doesn't mean you're going to be successful. And even just to build on that, I definitely understand the mindset of thinking if I have the right product, things are going to work. Just a quick story. So maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but for the past couple years, I've been living in the States. I live in Austin, Texas now, but for about 4 or 5 years before that, I was living mostly in Southeast Asia. So I was living in a place called Chiang Mai. It's in northern Thailand, awesome place. I lived there for almost a year, I think. I was about a year in Chiang Mai. And when I was there, people knew what I did. They knew I built these dropship stores. And that was as dropship lifestyle, I guess, was becoming a thing. But I was just making friendships with all these people, and they were looking for business ideas, and they were asking me oh, Anton, what do you do? What do you sell? And it's funny because I mentioned literally only a handful of products, not even niches. I mentioned a handful of products to a small group of people, and it was so funny because instantly, as soon as they knew even a couple of the literally tens of thousands of products that I've sold over the years, they just knew a few that I just briefly mentioned. Everyone thought these are the only products that work. I have to sell these things. And within a couple weeks, there were all these people around town building websites, not even in the same niches, but selling the same few specific products that I had mentioned. So it was funny, but it was also guys, it's not the product, right? Because again, this is out of tens of thousands of products that I have sold and was selling. I mentioned a few and everyone thought, oh, Anton's successful because of these few. So I realized after that, talking about products in the way that I don't want you to think that a product is what's going to make you successful. I guess that's the point. What I do want you to get out of this video and anything else that I put out on niche selection are the fundamentals behind it. So watch the video, get the takeaways, but mainly in your head, don't just think, oh, if I sell one of these products, it's going to work. Think about the why behind these products are great, and that's going to help you a lot more with picking the right products. And again, taking what is literally only that first step into building a successful business. There's a lot more that goes into it than picking good products, but of course, that is important as well. So without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of Dropship Weekly. All right, so I put together this quick keynote presentation just to help you better visualize this. So let's just say you have your store, right? And for the purpose of this video, if you're watching it, I'm assuming you're familiar with Dropship Lifestyle and the fact that we do build niche-specific stores, meaning we sell one product type. Not one product, but one product type. So let's say this person lands on your store, they place an order, that means you made your money, right? The transaction's complete. Now, let's just say for the sake of choosing a nice even number, you're selling something like chandeliers and they're on average $750 and you make $200 net profit per sale. So what does that mean, right? It means for every customer that you acquire that buys from your site, on average, you make $200 net profit, meaning that's what's left in your account at the end of the day. So let's just say you found this niche and you tapped into, a specific set of products where with your marketing skills and where you're at right now, you can, on average, again, sell one product a day. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, again, to make numbers nice and easy and round here, for the next 3 years, you can consistently sell one product a day, and that's all you can manage to do, okay? Remember, you're making $200 net profit per sale. Well, that would mean that year one, this year, you would make $73,000 profit. Year two, same thing. You sell one product a day. You can't get over that hurdle. I don't know why. But again, you make $73,000 net profit. Year three, $73,000 net profit. Now, that's great, right? But what if you could sell in niches, the ones I'm about to share with you, that not only, if let's just say you can continue to sell one product a day and that's what you max out on, but what if there were repeat purchases in the back end? Then what would happen is that this number would compound, okay? It would go up and up and up every year. And that's only with certain niches that make this possible. So let's just look at it this way, right? If you had, again, your niche store where you sold a specific product type and you added on repeat buyers, well, you would have that first sale where you made your $200. And what if you can add in these repeat products that led to an extra $100 profit per year, okay? Per customer per year, you would make an extra $100 net profit. And don't worry, that's what these 10 niches are about. I'm gonna actually show you real examples of this. But what this means to you is that for every one customer that you acquire, you still make your $200 net profit right away, right up front. But then, right, after that time of sale, you also make $100 net profit per sale, per year, per customer. Okay, again, I'm using round numbers here, but let me just show you what this looks like, right? Here's that same chart I showed you before, and on top, we have the example of the one sale per day, and if you do that consistently, of course, nothing's gonna change. You're gonna make the 73,000 every year, but what if year two in your business, right? Every one of those customers, those 365 customers, because you got one sale a day, what if year two, they each buy enough stuff from you as a repeat purchase that makes you an extra $100 net profit? Well, that means even with your initial front end, that one sale a day, with that added on $100 per customer per year two, for not doing any extra work in terms of acquiring customers, instead of making $73,000 profit, you're making $109,500, okay? Not bad for no extra work, for bringing in the same customers on the front end. Well, what happens year three? Well, year three, you have all of those year one people purchasing again, that extra product, that extra thing they need, making you that $100, and you have year two customers buying again, which means instead of making $73,000, you've now doubled your net profit to $146,000 without acquiring any new customers because you have repeat purchases built in. Now, it is important, what you're about to see when I share these niches, is when I say repeat purchases, I'm not actually talking about people coming back and buying that same thing they bought from you on the front end, not that main niche. I'm talking about buying things that they need because of what they bought originally. And again, to make the most sense of this, I'm just gonna give you these 10 niches and show you the examples of what these repeat purchases would be. But just like I said in the beginning of this video, remember, these products, yes, you could sell all of them, and yes, there's money to be made in all of them, but remember, the concept is what's most important. So maybe you can apply this to what you're already doing, or just think of something even outside of the 10 I'm about to share, because the concepts really are what matter. As you could see in this chart right here, very simply, for doing the same amount of work, you could literally double your profit within 3 years if you just add on some type of repeat purchase in the back end. So here's some examples, guys. Let's say you sell racing bicycle wheels. If that's your niche, right? People have these bicycles, they need these performance wheels. You sell them your wheels. Well, what would be the repeat purchase? It would be the tires, right? So for racing bike wheels, maybe every year they come back, they buy a new set of tires from you, okay? What does that do? It adds free money to your sales every single year, more profit, compounds your net earnings. Okay, another example. What if you sold these barbecue smokers, right? These big grills. Well, people that buy them, people that use them, they need wood pellets that they put in there to actually smoke foods, right? So if you sold these barbecues or smokers, these wood chips would then be that repeat purchase. Remember, when I'm talking about this concept, I don't mean people are buying your niche thing, your core thing over and over. I mean, they're buying something that they need to actually use it, or something that's, very related. So again, if they buy a smoker from you, there's a good chance that if you're emailing them and you're following up with them, you could sell them the wood chips in year one, you could sell them more, year two, year three, year four, and this just compounds and increases your net profit. Another example, guys, and this is crazy, right? Because people would think, most people would never think of this, but there's a massive, massive market. So don't be short-sighted or in a small box when you're thinking about different niches. But yes, you could actually sell crossbows and things like this online. It looks like it's from, The Walking Dead, but no, these are real products that people are making a lot of money with. But if you sold these, pretty obvious, what would the repeat purchase would be? It would be arrows, okay? People buy these, they break arrows, they lose arrows, they need more. So that's your repeat purchase. If your niche is bow hunting, arrows are what's adding this compounding factor to your net profit. Another example, right? This thing, if you've never seen one before, is basically, you can call it like a skeet shooting machine or a clay target. I don't even know what you would call it, like dispenser, but basically these things shoot these clay targets in the air and you shoot them down with, a shotgun or a rifle. I don't know, I'm not into that, but a lot of people are, right? And there's a lot of money to be made. So pretty obvious, if you sell someone this and they're blasting through these things all day, what do they need? They need more clay targets. So if you're selling a clay target launcher, the clay targets are that repeat purchase that compounds your income. Another example here, right? If you're doing like professional lighting for, either photography or videography, well, what happens? The bulbs burn out. People need new ones. So if you're in the video or photography lighting niche, new bulbs become that repeat purchase. What if you're selling things for ceramics and pottery, right? Like this pottery wheel? Well, what do people need that are into this hobby? They need new material. So if you choose pottery or ceramics equipment, anything like this, right? Any types of arts and craftsy stuff where the expensive product is the front end, the new materials become that compounding purchase you sell, the thing that they buy from you every year, maybe even every 6 months, maybe even every month, that makes you more money in the back end and allows your business to grow without you doing any more work. Here's another example, right? Another great niche. If you sold any kind of like automatic pet food dispenser, anything like dogs, cats, birds, whatever, what do people need? They need the food that goes along with it. So if you sell these automatic pet feeders, you could have pet food as the repeat purchase product. Just gonna keep going through this, guys. If you sold portable bars, and yes, people buy a lot of these things for trade shows, for industry events, for corporate gigs, right? If you sold portable bars though, then the bar materials would be that thing that they're buying from you in the future. So, just picture a big corporation gets one of these for an event. Every time they do an event, they'll have the bar, but they're gonna wanna restock this thing. So not selling them the liquor, but selling them, the glasses, the shakers, everything they need, right? So if you do mobile bars, the repeat purchase is bar supplies. Something else that's similar, but hey, another great example because it also works. If you sold commercial restaurant equipment, what do they need? The same thing, just like with the bars, they need new supplies. So you sell them the main thing where you're making literally hundreds or some of these things thousands of dollars, and then every year you're selling them things to basically, upgrade their inventory or replenish their inventory, making more money off that same customer. Let's just say you're selling 3D printers, right? People are buying these from you, they're using them. What do they need? Obviously, they need more material so that they can, actually print whatever it is that they want to print. So guys, I know I went kind of quick with this list. Obviously, this video is on YouTube, so feel free to go back and watch through it as many times as you want to. But remember, the main takeaways here should be the concepts. Every single product I just showed you has something that the person is going to want and need again. And if you are in the right place at the right time and you stay in contact with your customers, they will buy these products from you, and that $200 profit on the front end will turn into hundreds and hundreds or thousands of dollars more over the lifetime of this customer. So even if you don't figure out anything new as a way to acquire customers, which of course you will and you should, but even if you don't, even if you just bring in the same amount of people through the front door as new customers, this repeat business, these repeat purchases will literally double your business within even only a couple years, sometimes less. So take this, to heart, and definitely think of things like this you can add into your existing business if you have one. And if you don't have one yet, think of how you can actually, choose one of these or something similar. Now, guys, to wrap up this week's episode of Dropship Weekly, I did want to show you one thing because obviously we do our update section. And right now I'm logged into the members area at Dropship Lifestyle. So the update that we just pushed this week is actually inside of our 6-figure coaching program. So all you got to do, guys, is go log in there and go, we have our new coaching call replays in there too, but go here to the new premium courses section and go into inbox funnels. So we just pushed module 2 live, and module 2 is our initiation campaign. So this is the email sequence you have. It's all the training videos and the templates, but you can come in here, download the templates, and you'll use these for for your email marketing efforts, which means basically you'll have a better relationship with your leads and your customers, so they will be wanting to buy these products from you year after year. So I'll link this up underneath, and for anyone that's not part of Dropship Lifestyle yet, I'll also post a link with information on how you can get enrolled, so you can go through all of our premium trainings here, all of our courses in the members area, and yeah, we have courses on pretty much everything. So I'll link that below as well. But guys, as always, if you got value from this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, that's fine. And definitely leave a comment if you have any questions, anything you want to add, anything you want to see me cover in future episodes of Dropship Weekly, definitely let me know below. And I'll just close this out with saying I apologize for my voice. I've had like a cold all week or allergies or something. I don't know. But hope you still got value, guys. If you did, again, let me know in the comments. And I will see you all next week for Dropship Weekly. Thank you.